All right, it's finally happening. I am reacting to Ren's song Down the Road at Last. I know this song has been out for a couple of weeks, but as I've mentioned in a previous reaction to Ren, it takes me a little bit of time to get the courage to react to his song, and so I just try not to listen to it until I'm ready because I don't know, it's something about doing this publicly that is a little bit difficult for me because I love Ren's songs so much. Anyways, welcome back to the Leather and Lace podcast. I'm Joanna, and on this show, I like to explore the mundanity and the fantastical aspects of the human experience and all of its madness, and try to make some spiritual sense and find spiritual meaning in all of it. So, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so as a way to help support my little channel. And without further ado, here we go. Down the Road by Ren.
I took my possession
down the road. The vocals.
All that I own down the road. Set out at nighttime down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in the shadows down the road. With blood on his veins down the road. There was something so familiar about him. A certain kind of aura pouring all around him. Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt like I was drowning. Down the road. Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bowl flicker silently, quietly tiptoed down the long road. And the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word inconcerned. And the feeling disconcerting, it's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over. And then they start conversing, I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing.
All right, before we get into what he says, this is very interesting so far. So what I'm sensing here is a departure from safety, right? When he says he left and went into the night, and it seems like a boy figure, so an innocence about this like venturing out. And why nighttime? You know, I started thinking of the Eight of Cups, where it encourages us to leave behind something that isn't serving us anymore and to do it in the night. There's some symbology there of, it's almost like we don't want anyone to know that we're doing this, that we are unhappy and that we're going someplace, clearly in search of something. And in this adventure, he seems to be coming across a shady dude, dressed nicely, right? But with blood on his hands. So there's this knowing or feeling that this feels dangerous, but it's also captivating. And when you go out in search of something, you are definitely opening yourself up to seedy characters. And so far, that's what I'm feeling, that it's about leaving and going out into the night in search of something. There's a reason why you left, and now you're encountering all the dangers that the darkness can bring. So I don't know what you're doing here, Ren, but I am here for it. So let's see here. Let me go back a little bit.
All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that you've been living. Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavoring. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind, cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time, so just make a choice. So I stood frozen at the crossroads
Okay, I have to stop here. This idea of choice. It's really big in the law of one for those of you who know what that is, but just the idea of choice in general, right? So you have this person going out into the night looking for something and they encounter what seems like a shady figure offering them something they is going to be hard to refuse. I don't know what the choice is going to be made here at this crossroads of time. Just that saying that at the crossroads of time, this is something very significant. There are many choices we make in life, but some are so significant. And this feels like that. This feels like there's a lot of gravity to whatever this choice is being presented to this character in this song. But just in general, in life, right? Choice, even with that word, it's very heavy. It implies free will. It implies freedom, because there are no choices if there's no freedom. Choice is a byproduct of freedom. And so with this freedom, we have a lot of responsibility, and we see a lot of temptation. This is almost giving Jesus in the desert, right? Where the devil is tempting him. And so when we come across shady figures, they do know us. They understand the human condition, and they offer us things that are very tempting. But at what cost? Right? At what cost? I don't know. Let's keep going. I need to know what happens now.
Took hold of his paper and I leant down to sign.
Okay, look at that little boy. He's a little boy. Oh, shoot. Oh.
I still remember back where I was from.
Did he just... Okay, I feel like a shift just happened here. So the little boy with the dark eyes seems like he's seen a lot, and that's why he's trying to leave and find something better, but he becomes victimized by this figure and got him to sign something. Seems like the wrong choice, and now we have this... Did he turn into this weird creature here? Okay, hold on, let's see. Go back a little bit. All right.
I still remember back where I was from. See, I was the favorite, the morning sun.
Oh, wait a minute.
See, I had ideas, but they said they're too grand. So they casted me out without reason to doubt. Now there's blood on my hands. See, I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you. Look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down.
Okay. Interesting. So that figure was the devil, and as soon as he signed on the paper, he suddenly makes himself known, like, I'm actually the devil, and now I'm going to take you way down. It's an interesting little story too about the devil being, wanting to be like God and being cast down. So maybe that'll make more sense how that falls into here. But he just made himself known as the devil to this poor child who just made a deal with him. So let's see what happens next. And this is also giving the devil card in the tarot, which is about being enslaved and feeling helpless in that bondage. So let's see.
Ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down. Cause yeah, I know I've been around. But still I got some shit to prove, and I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues, and just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
Okay, beautiful music, by the way. But I can't help but not think about all the weird conspiracies we're hearing about Hollywood and artists just selling their souls to the devil, basically, right? And the Epstein files and all the weird shit with rituals and all that crazy stuff we're hearing about now. And there's no freedom in that. How he just said that this was the last choice you'll ever choose because now you're mine, basically. It's true, right? When you give your power away, and because you're offered the world, it doesn't have to be so grand like that, but that happens to us where we feel irredeemable because we made a choice, and really the chains that we feel are actually self-inflicting. Like we put the chains on ourselves because we convince ourselves that we're irredeemable. And this is kind of, that's a lie. Grace is always there for us, and we have to give it to ourselves. In a lot of ways, it's us who allow the devil to make us feel captive. And this is a sad, look at this, the guitar, and he just does not feel happy making this music. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. That's all I get. Okay. Okay. I feel like I need more. I feel like that's just the story of an artist. It's sad, actually. And now they ventured out down the road, potentially with hope, right? To leave in the night just implies that you do feel some kind of a shame about it, because it's like this excursion of like hope that you're looking for something. You're doing it in the cover of night because you don't want it to be known. And in doing that, you can run across and come across the devil, right? So maybe there's a message here of just being open about your disappointments or whatever you're feeling and carrying, and you don't have to leave in the night. Maybe you need to just do everything with the light of day, unashamedly, because then maybe you won't run into the devil. And this is like the opposite of Ren's story, right? As an independent artist. And I think it has a lot to do with his honesty. He's not the kind of artist that hides things and leaves in the night. He does everything in the light of day. He's very honest. And so that's why he is free to make the music. He's not in chains. He didn't sign on the dotted line. He's open and free, And so that's what I'm getting from this song. It's just the story of giving our power away and doing things in secret and in shame that only leads you down the road to enslavement. Be honest, be honorable, and be authentic, because that is your biggest protection from the likes of the devil. Just pure honesty and knowing that you are always deserving of grace, as long as you maintain your sovereignty to choose it. So that was wonderful. I love the singing. Ren just, you never know what you're going to get with him. That's why I always get so nervous reacting to him, because I know it's going to be good, but you just don't know what you're going to get, And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this with me, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Again, like, subscribe if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.